Today, we're here to dive deep into the VA home loan, a home loan specifically designed for veterans. We'll be discussing the pros and cons to help you understand what makes the VA loan unique and why it could be a beneficial option for you. We'll also look at a few potential drawbacks so you can see the full picture. By the end of the video, you'll have a much clearer idea of whether a VA loan might work for you. What's up, guys? My name is McKeown, and welcome to the Veteran Advantage channel. I'm a proud U.S. Marine Corps veteran, and I had the honor of serving from 2008 to 2012 out of California. Whether you're still on active duty, getting ready to transition into civilian life, or are you just curious about the benefits available after serving in the military, this channel's got you covered. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and stay tuned for more future content. But let's go ahead and begin with the pros of the VA loan. Everything. No, all jokes aside, there are a ton. But first off, this loan is one of the only ways veterans can purchase a home with no money down. Now, unlike USDA loans, which are location specific, VA loans can be used anywhere up to any purchase price. Also, the VA loan doesn't have private mortgage insurance, or what we call PMI, which saves you guys a ton of money each month, since you won't have to be paying extra fees to protect the lender in case of foreclosure. Now, the loan also never expires, so even if you've used it before or you've never used it, it's still available for use. Another great thing is that you can use a VA loan as many times as you like. I think this is the most misconceived issue when it comes to the VA loan. Now, veterans often don't realize this and think that it's just a one and done deal, and you couldn't be any more wrong. You can use it repeatedly throughout your entire life. I will give a little bit of a clarification here. You can have as many VA loans as you want. If you wanted to have 10 VA loans, you could have 10 VA loans, but there is a little bit of clarity that I need to give here. Every single individual agent, based on where they are purchasing a house, will have a certain amount of entitlement. Now, if you don't have any VA loans out, then you have no entitlement. But let's say I've already got one VA loan on a property for $300,000, and I want to make a purchase for a second property a couple years later and use my VA loan again. But the key kicker here is I want to keep that other property and turn it into a rental. I use $300,000 on that property. You're going to be limited on the second purchase or the second use of your VA loan, assuming you're keeping that VA loan on your first property. It's really going to depend on where you actually bought those properties at and where you're looking to make that second purchase, because after you already have a VA loan that exists and you're essentially wanting to use it again, that's when you're going to run into entitlement issues. Entitlement issues is basically, let's say I have $1 million entitlement, okay? That $300,000 is used, so I only really have $700,000 left. Well, let's say the next property that I want to purchase is $800,000. Well, I'm going to go over the entitlement by $100,000. That's an issue. The issue is because anything over your entitlement, you're going to have to put 20% down. So just doing some quick math, $800,000 purchase puts my total VA loan usage at 1.1, or essentially $100,000 over my entitlement, $100,000 over my entitlement, 20% of that is $20,000. So in order to purchase that $800,000 house, I'm going to have to put $20,000 down plus closing costs. Otherwise, I can't use my VA loan. However, in this particular situation, it's almost more ideal to use your VA loan, but really that's probably going to be your best route, because even if you wanted to do an FHA loan or maybe a conventional loan, you're still going to be looking anywhere from 3 to 5% down, which is still going to be more than $20,000 on an $800,000 purchase. But also, a VA loan can be such a huge asset as well when it comes to large purchases. Now, a couple years back, they had an entitlement set basically from the get-go, meaning if you wanted to purchase a property and use your VA loan, you had a certain amount of entitlement. Well, the issue is if you are a retired veteran and you had a successful business and you want to purchase a house that's $2, $3, $4 million, the entitlement was only a certain amount per state, or, if you were in New York, it was higher than it was here in Texas. But now they've gone away with entitlement on a first purchase. So for instance, myself, that I'm trying to use my VA loan for the third time, but I don't currently have a VA loan out, I'm going to be able to use my VA loan for the entire purchase of this forever home that I'm building. Roughly ballpark price is going to be just over $3 million, and I'm going to be able to put 0% down on that, not pay any mortgage insurance, and really just be stuck with a pretty large mortgage payment on a monthly basis, but keep the rest in my pocket, earn me a decent return elsewhere, and then just use the earned income that I make off of that as an investment to then pay my mortgage. Now, just to give you guys a quick breather here and just showcase what I've been able to do with my VA loan. Well, in 2017, about 4 or I guess 5 years after I got out of the Marine Corps in 2012, I used my VA loan for the very first time on a duplex. Now, my intention was to be able to house hack, live on one side, rent out the other, essentially hold that property for forever. I also decided to use my VA loan again in 2019 after I purchased my third property. There was a property in between that I didn't use my VA loan for, and I bought a quadplex. So I now had a VA loan on a duplex, and I also had a VA loan on a quadplex, essentially allowing myself 6 units, all with utilizing my VA loan. Now, fast forward to 2025 here that we're coming close to, those are since long gone. I've actually sold the duplex and I sold the quadplex and upgraded to substantially more expensive investments that are making me far more money than either of those 2 investments. And I currently don't have a VA loan out, but I'm gonna actually have to change that in about 18 months. I'm starting to build probably next month a close to 7,000 square foot home. And when it is fully completed, once I go through the construction loan process, I will be refinancing that into a VA loan and essentially calling that my forever home for the rest of my life. So you can kind of see the opportunity and difference that utilizing the VA loan has done in my life. Basically, 2 investment properties and a forever home purchase really over the course of maybe 9 or 10 years, but it's made a huge difference in my overall just financial position. But let's go ahead and move on to a few of the cons, which, to be honest with you, there's only really one major one, and that's the funding fee. This is a one-time fee for obtaining a VA loan, and it's typically rolled into the loan itself. Now, for first-time users, it's usually about 2.3% of the loan amount. For subsequent users, though, it can go all the way up to almost 4%, or roughly 3.6%. So, for example, on a $400,000 loan, the funding fee can be over 12 grand. However, this fee can be reduced with a down payment of as little as 5%, and that said, the absence of PMI can easily offset the funding fee in many cases, meaning that overall, VA loans are often still more affordable in the long run. And also, here's some good news for service-connected veterans with a disability rating. The VA funding fee is waived entirely. So if you have a service-connected rating whatsoever, this fee won't even apply. Now, to wrap up, while there are a few costs associated with a VA loan, especially if you have no disability, the benefits often make it a huge and top choice for us veterans. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you have any questions whatsoever in regards to utilizing your VA loan, leave a comment in the comment section down below, regardless if it's just for a primary purchase or you're trying to duplicate what I have done in the past, basically utilizing my VA loan to purchase multifamily homes and house hack. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. I will also have a pinned comment where you'll be able to reach out to me directly, whether that be from Instagram, email, or shooting me a text. I'd love to be able to get connected with you as a real estate agent locally in Texas. I have a ton of connections all over the country, not just with agents, but also lenders basically in every single state, so I can get you taken care of. But if it's just a regular question, leave it down in the comment section below and I will get back to every single question. Thanks again, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help. Stay tuned for the next video.